welcome to the Motion Graphics course. My name is Liliana Brown, and I will be your instructor for this semester. So I'm just going to give you a brief overview of what this class entails and what you should be expecting from this semester from me. After Effects and motion graphics are sort of a spin-off of traditional animation, but just digital. And you don't have to draw frame by frame anymore. This is a more automated version of that. So it will digitally move from one place to another with your controls. Motion graphics is any animated logo you see, any subtext that you maybe see on the news where it says, person's name and job. So it's all facets of really modern day advertising and very useful in day-to-day movies and commercials. After Effects is the program that is most widely used to create motion graphics. It can be also used for 3D modeling, importing images, audio editing, and various other uses, but we're just going to learn the basics in this course. So how to import audio, how to move an image from one place to another. So I'm going to go through overall this course, what you'll be expecting. I'm not going to go through in detail the projects because each of those projects have their own video to go with it, as well as a project description. So be sure to check those out when the time comes. But you can always go to the home page and you will see a schedule for the entire semester and all the links for those discussions, project pages, and other resources that we're going to be going over. My lectures will be coupled with not only a written form of instruction, such as the project pages or research tips, but also using from a variety of different YouTube videos and articles. I try to give my students as much of a chance of learning in any way they see fit, whether that's in written form or following me or following a tutorial on YouTube. Any way to get the product results is, in my book, an accomplishment. So we're going to go through the syllabus now and sort of how this class is structured. So if you'll look at the overall schedule, every week there'll be a discussion post due. For this first couple of weeks, we'll just be getting the software, what the projects mean, what you want out of the class, and sort of learning the basics of After Effects. The testing and the project one will start to get more into how to follow an audio, how to put letters and text on the screen, and follow in a sequential order. This class requires no prerequisite, so I'm not expecting you to be judged by your peers. Some people come into this class with previous experience of After Effects, of motion graphics, of Photoshop, of Illustrator, of other Adobe editing softwares that are very helpful in sort of the gears of making a project in After Effects. I will not be judging you against one another. I'll just be judging you with your own progress as you go into this class. So whether you improve from project 1 to project 3 is more what I care about. If you're posting on these discussion posts, which is always going to be an update on your progress for the project, questions that you have for either me or your peers, the discussion will be a place for you to mostly post progress reports so that I know that you're improving and that you're working towards it, because After Effects is a really cumulative software that benefits from you working on it a little bit at a time, not all at once at the end, or else it ends up glitching. There'll be too much information at once, and also you won't get the advantage of learning from either me or your peers in asking questions. So that's something that I require of the discussion post. It's just a little blurb, usually of where you're at the project, what your project is, and a little exported clip of your animated project. Project 2 is going to be focused on an animated logo, so picking any logo that either you or anyone else creates and making a little animated version of it. It's always super fun and great to see everyone's experiments and the audio that they use and the emotions that you get to sort of turn into visual effects. And then our last final project that's going to take up about half the semester to try to give students as much time as possible to really hone their skills in and be as creative as they want to be. This will be a title page for a make-believe TV show from a book or poem of your choosing. So in the example, let's say I would like, in theory, to make Pride and Prejudice a TV show. Then I would make a title card that you usually see at the beginning of a TV show or a movie that has all of the directors' names and usually sort of foreshadowing to the title and themes of your book or poem. Now for each week, as you can see in modules, I've set it up so that all of your resources are in one place. If there are any submission folders, they're also linked there. Usually your submission for the week is your discussion posts. It's your progress check. It's the way that I know that you're participating and that you're commenting on other people's posts. I do monitor that pretty well. Now the discussions are on a deadline so that the discussion board closes after that deadline. I, however, have a pretty lenient late assignment policy and don't deduct points for late work up to a point. If it's every single week that you're, let's say, a week late on discussion, maybe I would take a bigger question about your schedule or what is entitled to this class. But for the most part, I'll have you contact me, I'll reopen the discussion board, and you can post. And then for each week that you post for the discussion, I also give you feedback on your progress in that discussion. I do send out announcements regularly to make sure that you guys know that I'm giving you feedback in that way, but just a heads up, that's how I do it. Now, late projects, I'm a little more strict on. If they're more than a week late, I will start deducting points. But if you contact me ahead of time to let me know your situation, I will be happy to work deadlines out with you for bigger assignments. That is excluding, though, the final project. The final project does have a hard deadline because I do need to submit grades at a final point. So if your project is not in on time, I physically cannot grade it, and it'll have to be a 0 on the official grade book that I give to the college. Now I have a grade breakdown for how many points you can earn in this course and how many points I give to each project. Now you can see that just posting and commenting as many points as a project is. So make sure that you're just consistently posting. It doesn't have to be that you're doing amazing work every week. It just means that you're working on it. Now you must have After Effects to be in this course. Whether or not it is from this, I believe that Adobe Creative Cloud also have a student version for $20 that you get the whole suite for. I have plenty of different ways and suggestions in the syllabus, but just know that moving forward, you cannot participate in this class without having Adobe Photoshop or a computer that is Adobe Photoshop proficient. The school will provide computers, and you can reach out to the tech department if you do not have a computer or are not physically able to use the library's computer to complete these projects, but those are 2 required things that you need for this course. Now, there is no textbook for this course at all. We will be using my lecture videos, YouTube videos, and articles in conjunction with other instructions that I may write out to be very specific about what the software requires of you. Now, I do want to emphasize that I give a lot of freedom in these projects. You can do any audio for project 1 that you want to create a lyric for. You can use any logo that you would like in the project 2. But I do want to be aware that sometimes there are high schoolers that take this class or other underage students. So please try to keep all of the audio effects, visual items, anything that you're referencing very PG. I will make sure to monitor that everyone is being very code of conduct friendly, but that's something that I need to stick to. In the professional world, you can experiment and you will be asked to make maybe more adult content, but here I unfortunately cannot grade that, and so that is prohibited. Now, the use of AI is a little gray. So in this course, we're not illustrating. We are not, unless you really would like to use your own illustrations in the animated videos that you make. I don't care if the images that you use are made with AI. I think that it may require more work for you to use AI because you would have to go into Photoshop and possibly Photoshop out or crop out the items that you don't need, because usually we're using PNGs with a transparent background. But if you would like to do that and you figure it out, great by you. As long as you are not using AI to make objects move, you're good. I've structured this course to try to keep in mind the students who work over the weekends. So I have the class end. In essence, everything is due on Monday, and then Tuesday it starts anew. Now, to kind of keep your to-do list clean on Canvas, I will make available each module for the week, either on Monday or Tuesday, available to you so that you can see everything that is due and linked in that week. You could see for the entire semester what is due or linked in the homepage and the syllabus, the overall schedule. But in the modules, I will incrementally be letting students access them in order to not have the entire semester on your to-do list. This is an Adobe After Effects course, but it is very helpful to know Photoshop and be able to pull apart images to better use them in After Effects. And I will be using some Photoshop in conjunction with After Effects in some of the lectures. So I highly recommend that you get access to both those programs. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to contact me. I'm always available either in my office hours, Friday 8:30 to 9 a.m., or you can email me and we can work out a time that works best for you. And look forward to being in this course with you this semester. Thank you so much and see you soon. Bye.